Dear Shai, tests are complete. I was surprised. I didn't expect it to have any uses, but it did. Musa and May was struggling in some cases. They seemed confused. Top-end Sork unable to blast me down. Denied mass farming in RBF. Top-end Archer needing 4 to 5 shots to kill me and not 2 to 3. Well some classes be OP. But that's okay. Drax left in shambles. Yes, with MP disruption, this DR build can keep Drax in check. If your team can keep the other 10 to 20 people off your back that are also hitting you. Remember, even with high DR, each hit is counting, each bit of damage adds up. The more players hitting you, the faster you go down. You are not avoiding damage like in evasion. You will always be susceptible to number of opponents. Sure, some classes still eat me alive. And gear will always be king. DR is not some cheese build, an easy win. You are always taking damage. You really need to time forward guard to get the most out of your DR. Without forward guard, and facing off a group, you are dead in seconds. Look at these 2 clips. One with forward guard in place. The other, I mess up and bam. Dead in seconds. Skill is needed. You cannot just sit there in a lot of cases. That said, if your gear is way higher than someone else's and by quite a bit, you can just passively heal over time. Let pots tick and tank the damage no problems, even without using your forward guard. Yep, you can cheese it sometimes, but this is a gear check, kind like you can with evasion, but it's a lot more rare. You would probably be gear checking that opponent even if you were evasion, and with a lot less gear, and taking 0 damage. I took the gear level to a similar level as my evasion test. Duo Fallen Gods, at least C9 on boots and gloves, AC 12 on my offhand. Along with TET accessories. Not like evasion, looking at pen accessories would not be a big improvement, even tested this, easy to test. To get pen rings and earrings is another 15 DR only, at the cost of many billions. I can get 15 DR from a drought, for 4 million silver. So I tested the difference of 15 more DR as expected, didn't notice it. Let's not spend another 50 to 60 billion for something that I'm not gonna notice, just to flex. As this was only a test build. Sure, if I was gonna work on something hybrid, I may look at pens, but not in this test. Oh, and remember, apart from my armors that are already had, I built the DR set from the ground up, accessories and Caphras. 2 weeks and I'm not a big grinder. So this is a reachable goal, but as I will explain later, I do not recommend this build, especially for new Shai or players new to DP Shai. This was for our interests, so, in the end I hit 631 DR on the stats sheet. Let's look at the build crystals, add-ons, artifacts and buffs. This build has a place, and wow, if it was alongside an Evasion Shai too, it's so much fun. With some skills and luck, it can counter class that Evasion Shai may struggle with relative gear. Remembering we are looking at RBF and disruption play, have had a lot of fun with this build, and expectations were broken. Maybe it's just because of the current evasion and accuracy meta, I got to mess it up a little. But ain't that the thing, you can always go outside the meta and find a niche, and I can just sell up one build. And build a new set and style, just like that, and make it work, as you know to be true if you faced it. Worried, eh? What is a meta worth if it means nothing to me? 2 weeks, and that last match before I left and sold my DR, the Dracs were crushed. My work was done, smiley face. Someone was streaming it too. Before that, top Sorks left troubled, by one Shai and one strange build, the Musa that could no longer hit and run, the Maywat that now run from me, rangers that can't take me down before I get to them. In closing, would I recommend as a build for Shai? Nah. I would recommend it as a challenge if you are looking for one. If you have hit the top of your evasion gear, a bit stagnating and you need something different to do, give it a try. Or I should say Tet. That's right, only take it up to Tet accessories, to go any further is not worth it. You're a Shai and sure you have a DR offhand option, but you also have evasion buffs on a skill and can shred accuracy. DR is for fun, evasion is still king. For now, what? Wow, pen levels of evasion work so well as it pushes the limits of available accuracy, meaning you are invulnerable, or nearly. A good build and player can still crush a pen Shai no problems, if available accuracy changes. And more people learn to build better, then all of a sudden, that evasion mean next to nothing. Half happened before when there was so little accuracy in game, Tet evasion Shais were gods. Then bam! Class accuracy, builds and gear meta change, and Tet build Shai could not cut it anymore, had to be pen, just to keep up, could happen again. Both my DR and evasion series have looked at builds that are obtainable to most players within a year or less. Maybe we will look into more involved builds at some point, have learnt so much from both series, and feel both styles and builds could blend into something. Something? Truly devastating, eek.